Hello everyone, welcome back to Hawk's Makerspace. Today we are going to work on something that's called Mandala Art, and it's very symmetrical. It's very balanced, but colors and shapes are entirely up to the person that's making them. Okay, so it involves a compass and a protractor. And I'm just trying to remember where I put... Oh, there we are. Okay. I need all of my tools. Here we are. Okay, we're good. So I'll take this. This is a full-size sheet of paper. Okay. And now what you need to do is start off is fold it in half, because all we're getting is we want the center point. That's what we're working on. Okay, and I've actually got it taped there so it stays in the middle. I'm going to risk moving my sheet, and I'm going to do this. Okay, just lightly fold. It doesn't have to be a hard fold or anything. I'm going to put my piece of tape back just to hold that in place so it stays in the same spot. Okay, so we have our middle right there, and that's what we're looking for. You want to start off with just drawing a line across on the fold. All right, this is approximately your horizontal plane, and this one is your vertical plane. Okay, it goes down, and it doesn't quite meet the middle point that we've drawn, so we'll expand a little bit. Okay. And now what you want to do is mark off your degrees, okay? Because we have to have, we're having angle lines on here now. And what we do is, now my mandala, I did a line every 15 degrees. And what that meant was that there was an even number, so I could do every other space a different color. Okay, if you do 20-degree sections, then you have an odd number. Okay, and that'll determine on how you want to color it. So maybe what I'll do, just for ease of us drawing this, I'll do 20-degree lines. Okay, so we go 20 degrees. 20 degrees, 20 degrees, 20 degrees, 20 degrees. Now here our line is not going to have an effect at all. 20 degrees, 20 there, and 20 there. Then I want to flip it around, and I want to do the same thing. Technically, we don't have to do that because we can just draw our lines right through the middle. Okay, maybe we'll do that instead of measuring the bottom, because the lines should all be equal. Okay, I am going to, because I know it'll have an effect later on, I'm going to erase my line. Here we are. I'm going to erase my vertical line. Because if I did 15-degree marks, then I'd be using this line. But since we're doing 20, I'm not using that line. Okay, so let's start with this one. So I'll line it up with there, and I'll go all the way across the page. I'll line this one up with the next one, and go all the way across. We'll line this one up. The next one. So these spaces are all 20 degrees. Okay, approximately. It might be off a little bit, but they're all pretty close to being 20 degrees. And I'm doing trying to do the whole page, because eventually you'll want to fill as much of it in as you can. Okay, and I have one more. Like that. Okay. Now we need to draw some circles, and there's different ways to do this. Some people, what they do is they'll do lines that are equal distance, and I think that's what we'll do, or circles that are equal distance. So maybe what we'll do is we'll measure one of these lines, okay, and we will maybe do we'll do a centimeter, okay, and we just need to do one line. We don't need to do, actually I'll do the line on the side. We just need to do one, okay, and you'll see why, because we're drawing circles, and this is the radius that we're measuring now for all of our circles. And let's make marks every centimeter. And if we use them, fine. If we don't, that's fine too. It doesn't matter. Okay, better to have too many than not enough. Okay, and let's go all the way to the end. I know we won't be able to finish them all. So these will be, so this is basically 1 centimeter diameter, 2 centimeter diameter, 3 centimeter diameter. Okay, and I'm going to draw all the circles at the same time, which actually does make it easier. All right, and I'm lining it up on the next one. Okay. And next one. So really we only need to make the one radius mark, and then we can draw all of our circles. And once you get to the edge of the page, you can still do some of the circles. Alright, and there. And I don't need to make the circle line that dark, because in some cases we may actually be erasing it or a part of it. And maybe we'll do one more. You get the idea. Okay, and now we decide on what our design is going to look like. Okay, and you can do straight lines, you can do curved lines. So in mine, at the beginning, I did some straight lines. I did angles up there as well. Then I started doing round lines, then bigger round lines. Okay, and they all connected to the vertices. So if we start here, let's say I want to do round lines. Maybe I want to go backwards. Okay, so I go like this, and the nice thing about doing these Mandala Art pieces is you don't have to worry about it being even, because of the sections that you've drawn, it's all relatively even anyway. There, and like this. I'm getting a little off, like this, and like this. Okay, that'll be my beginning. And then maybe on the next one, I want to draw a line that's the opposite way, right? The next space up. Or I can do it right here. I can go like this, right? If I wanted to. Or I can draw an angle line, so that I'm going to draw, actually let's do that. So maybe here I'm going to go across like this. And you can use a ruler, right? But the neat thing about Mandala Art is the fact that it's not supposed to look perfect. Right? Each one is off, will be off a little bit, which is okay. All right, so then I'm going like this, like this. That's kind of cool. Actually, I should have done it the first time. And then maybe I want to go this way with these. Okay, so I got a bit of an arrow thing going, it looks like now. And I'm just playing with how you do this. See, so I do each one the same, or as close to the same as you can. All right, and like this, and like this. That's kind of neat. And then here maybe I want to draw a single circle, and it's going to go right to the top of that line. So each space is this technically is the same space, same size, right? So you draw same thing like this up here, like this. So you kind of get the idea. This is a bit of an unusual design, but you can actually you can think about what you want to do. You can do stripes within, like we can do lines like this within the squares as well, or within the shapes as well, not squares, sorry. Okay, oh wow, that looks, actually that almost looks like little hearts that are kind of going around in a circle in a way. And so then what you do is, and I'm not going to do it all, but I can give you an idea. If we decide that maybe we're going to color all the bottom halves orange like this, okay. All right, maybe the middle is going to be orange, and I'm just doing it lightly. I'm not doing it very hard. All right, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 of them. Okay, so that's going to work out. Okay, I want to keep them all the same in the middle. And then what you can do after is you can either go over the pencil line with a marker, like a dark Sharpie kind of thing, or even with an orange marker. I'm using pencil crayons because that's what I use. I'm not a big fan of markers, but for tracing the lines, I think they definitely have a benefit. Okay, so you get the idea of how this is going to work. All right, so you color that in, right, and then you can darken them up after. Maybe the top part I want to do, you know, maybe I'm going to do a green piece on the top like this. Right, and I can go all the way too. I've just decided I'm not going to. Right, and we go like this. Go like this. Like this. Right, and you're kind of getting the idea of how this works. So it's repetition. You're kind of repeating the pattern, right? Or we could have done one color for the whole thing. Right, could have done that too. All right, so go around. So I'll show you on the other side, on this side. So if we may have decided, and I'm going to do a little different over here just to show you. Maybe we decided that we're going to just color the whole thing like this, right? And we're going to do each one the same color. Okay, and I think I'm actually going to have an even amount. Not sure why one of them didn't turn out that I did before. Okay, and we'll do one more. There we go. Okay, so you can do it either way. And then you can take your Sharpie, and you can go like this. Right? And trace your lines with your Sharpie after you're done, if you want. You don't necessarily have to. Right? That's one way of doing it. I didn't, for this one right here, I didn't do that. I just thought I'd leave it the way it was. Okay, and then after you've colored it, or maybe you looked at it, maybe you want to, maybe you're just deciding that, okay, I'm going to make a nice big round piece now for the next ones, right? So it's going like this, and you go around to the next one, around, hit the top, come back down. All right, so it's all patterns, and you can use this kind of spider web grid that you've made to make it all match. Okay, and you can color those pieces in on the outside of it, right? But you can also do the opposite way. So maybe now what I want to do is I want to go like this on this part, right? And then that may make it look even more different because I'm taking a different shape. That one's off a little. It's a lot easier to move your paper around and do this. I'm just not moving my paper around because I want you to be able to see what's going on, right? To keep it centered in the camera angle. Right, and then coming around. And there. So you can see how the shape actually transforms and it's starting to look kind of cool. So you can see once you color all this in, whether you do the same or different colors or alternate or however you want to do it. And then, you know, you can even follow the contours of this and then maybe make lines on it. I don't know. You know, it depends. I've seen all kinds of different shapes and ideas. So that's what Mandala art is. It's very geometrical, and there's a lot of design work involved, and there's literally thousands and thousands and thousands of combinations. Okay, and you don't have to. You can make your circles even bigger. You can make your circles odd shaped, like you can make one 1 centimeter. You can make another one maybe 1.5. Right? It doesn't have to be within these parameters. You can decide how you want to do it, and you can make your sections smaller too. These were 20 degree. You can make them 15 degree sections. You can even make them 10 degree to make it really, really fine sections to draw on. Okay. So that's it for today, and I hope you enjoy making your mandala art. And if you have a chance, share it with us. So we will see you next time. Thanks.